Hello there and welcome back to Cuckoo for Books. I am Salva and today I am doing my Kiera Cass in the Philippines recap. This is Kiera Cass's second time here in the Philippines. It was back in 2013, I believe, that she came here for the first time and I missed it. I think it was because it was my grandmother's birthday. Family comes first. But I'm so glad I got this second chance to go and meet her. I've loved the Selection books ever since I was in high school. Without further ado, here you guys go, my KC and PH recap.
First question is from Salve, from Cuckoo for Books.
Hi, T. My question is there a chance of you returning to the Selection world after the follow-up to The Heir? Because I remember reading the Selection Stories novella collection and seeing that you had fully mapped out Eadlyn's history and the ruined family tree, and it would be amazing to see that.
I know. I guess theoretically it's one of those things that can go on forever, like generationally. But I think after the fifth book, I'm going to be done. I feel really fortunate that I actually got to go back to the Selection world because I wasn't quite ready to be done. Like, I was working on other stuff and it was just going nowhere. So when we got the opportunity to make 2 more books, I was kind of thrilled. But I was like, oh, I can play here a little bit longer. But I do feel like the world's pretty complete. I think with Happily Ever After 2, with all of the novellas, you get 3 scenes from Celeste's point of view, the bonus epilogue, all that stuff's kind of in one place. Like, I feel like it's all done. So, yeah, I think that's the end, but I am writing more books. Like, I'm working on more stuff as we speak. So, stay tuned. No, I mean, it's hard. My kids have gone, they go to daycare, my son's in school, like, I'm home alone during the day, and I now have we have a family assistant who does our laundry because anybody can do that, and, she'll take the kids to gymnastic class, and, she's awesome. But, I'm not always good at it, but I try to stop, like, at 4:30 when the kids are home, time to make dinner, like, I try to stop all the work stuff and hang out with them. And I'm not always good at that, but I try. But, the truth is, so many authors, like, they cannot have writing solely as their day job, like, they have to do other things to support themselves. You're not alone, like, just because you have to go to school, and you have to do homework, and you have, like, clubs and stuff, I think that almost everybody I know has something like that. So really, I think it's about, if you want to write, if you want to try to complete something, you have to carve out the time. Like, you have the same 24 hours in the day as everybody else. It's like, use them as the best you can. So, I think it's really in your hands, and I really wish you luck, because it is hard. It's totally hard, but good luck. So once I put out a book, like Selection, all this, once they're out in the world, I never read them again, because I know I would want to go tweak and try to figure out like a better way to write a sentence, because I'm still growing craft-wise. Like, I think there's a lot for me to still learn. So when I went back to a book that's 6 years old, that was hard. And I handed it over to my editor, and I trust her so much, and she was just like, these first 5 chapters kind of need to go, that you don't need those. And the characters, I'm not sure this person needs to exist. And some of these conversations, I don't know if they have to be in there. I was like, oh, so we're rewriting this. Okay. And which was scary in one aspect and very draining, but also I think maybe the only way to tackle it, because it is sort of difficult to take something. If I had to go back in 6 years and rewrite the Selection, I'm not sure what I would do. I don't know if I could tweak what is there. So it is very different. The premise is the same, the characters are the same, the love story is the same, but the way we go through it is very, very different. And I'm hoping that it's maybe a bit more current, because in a lot of ways it's very contemporary. There's a fantasy element to it, but it's happening in real life, like right now. So I'm hoping that it feels more genuine in a way. So yeah, it's very, very different, but I'm hoping if you read the first version in this one that you kind of take them as their own thing. So, hope you like it. When you're with America, you're kind of behind the scenes. You see much more of what's going on to make the Selection actually happen. And now, Eadlyn's got a job, she's got other stuff. You don't get to see like all the boys like at one moment, which I think is harder to develop the characters when you don't get to see them as much. So it definitely feels like there are a handful that got really the moment to stand out, and maybe more could have if we had someone, if it was written from the boy's perspective. And just like the gender flip is kind of interesting as far as who's in control. I realize that I'm gonna get really heavy right now, but I think it's something that's kind of interesting. When people who use like Tinder or like current dating apps, if you ask a male what his greatest fear is, he's like, a girl might show up who is ugly or fat. Like that's what they say. If you ask a girl, she says she's afraid that she might get assaulted or raped, which is a huge thing. When you talk about like who's in control of like choosing, like Matson never had to worry about someone usurping him or hurting him. Eadlyn really does. I mean, you kind of see it in the book. She's like, I have a lot of power, but if Jack wanted to hurt me, I really couldn't have done anything until after the fact. And that's really true. It was scary in a way to see this girl who was running everything, but still, just because like physicality, she's limited. Some of it is very scary. But I think it's also cool to sort of juxtaposition Eadlyn with Camille, because they're both young women who are about to be queen, and the way they go about that is totally different. And you can see Eadlyn's like jealousy, like how is she doing this? How is it so easy for her? But I think that's given her a lot of room for growth, and I hope that if you stick around, people who stick around for the 5th book, that they'll see it. Some people don't really like it, and I don't know if they'll get to the 5th book, but I really love her, so I hope you guys stick it out. This is so hard because like it's written, it's like the first draft is done, and like I wanted to tell everybody everything. Like, I can't. I'm doing my best to answer all the questions. Like I realized that we left a couple of like loose strings, or a huge loose string, let's be honest, from the end of the first installment. And I think we're going to get a lot of closure, a lot of secrets. Like there was one, if I'm honest with you, I'm actually excited about this. There was one thing after the end of the 3rd book that I almost went on tour and said publicly, not knowing that we were going to write a 4th and a 5th book. And I'm so glad that information stayed here, because it turns out to be kind of a big deal in the final installment. So there's stuff like carrying over generationally that you're going to get to see. But I'm hoping it's a good, we tie everything up and it's very nice and neat. And of course, more kissing, because that's important. Obviously. It's crucial. Thanks. I mean, that's probably the hard thing, is like people will ask like why certain decisions were made. I'm like, well, it's her decision, not mine. Like I really kind of have to let her do what she's doing. But it is so funny because I think America and Eadlyn are kind of the same, and they sort of got pushed into this thing that they weren't really excited about. And America's like, I don't know, I don't even review. And Eadlyn, and then when it comes time for her daughter, she's like, well, you guys step up here. So it's like it's sort of funny because when I watched The Little Mermaid, and I love The Little Mermaid, and when I'm watching it as a kid, she's like, I'm 16, Daddy. I know what I want. I love him. And I was like, honey, you're 16. You never talk to him. Like, what do you think? And so it's so funny, like when you watch things or other things at different points in your life, and which character you relate to more. So I mean, I don't know if America and I are necessarily giving the same parenting skills or like comments, but I think it's an important one to sort of encourage your kids to do their best, and then try to find the time when you got to step back and let them do their own thing, which is difficult because you always want the best for your kid. It's hard, but I mean we'll see how that all comes out. Yeah, everything's falling apart, and it's really kind of weird. But I grew up in the '90s. I went through the Backstreet Boys. I went through NSYNC going on hiatus. I'm okay. But really, like, it was cool because, like, I'm on Tumblr. Like that's one of my favorite like quarters of the fandom because everybody's so creative there. And of course, I follow plenty of One Direction blogs. So I'm seeing people going to concerts and recording them singing his parts. They're dominating. So I'm totally fine now because everything sounds awesome. Besides the Selection and the Siren, I'm under contract for 2 more books with HarperCollins, and I have started working on what I hope is my next thing. but I don't know if it's my next thing. Basically, I'm so in love with the story, like I have to get it out of my system, whether it makes it into bookstores or not. But because like I don't know, I'm not really allowed to talk about it. But there is more coming, and of course, like basically, my favorite kind of story is a really good love story, one of those kind of against all odds things, and you know, with some sort of like slightly fantastical element to it. So that's all still there. But as far as like what's next, I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty much every career move I've made has been oops. Like that's like my life plan right now. I did not plan to write books. We accidentally ended up on the bestseller list. I don't know how I'm in the Philippines right now. Like it's all sort of like, it just sort of happens, and I'm not really sure how any of it comes to be. But my editor and I were talking, and it was just before The One was about to come out. And they had this idea to make a second epilogue to sort of say thank you to all the fans who had stuck around for years, and I was totally down with that. So like the first thing I did was I went next generation, and I started writing, and I called my editor. I was like, Erica, I hate you. This is not an epilogue. This is another book. So there's that. So we just sort of started talking about what we thought, or like how much content we thought it was. And we felt pretty confident that we could make 2 solid books. A lot of people were disappointed it's not free, but I just didn't want to make a book that was full of stuff that you didn't actually need. You just spent money on a book that gave you nothing. So I'm happy with 2. So and once we realized that, we went back and wrote the actual second epilogue, which sort of bridged the gap between the 2. And if you haven't read that, it's going to be available in Happily Ever After, like that moment when Max and America discover they're going to have a family, which is totally precious. I love it. So yeah, oops, but we didn't know. But again, like I feel really fortunate because I wasn't done. I was so bummed about the thought of letting go. So J.K. Rowling had it right. Like that whole 7-book thing, like that's the way to go, man. I'm gonna start writing like a 7-book series, so I don't have to like do anything new for a long time. It's hard. It's hard. I will tell you that yes, I have a favorite, and I know that he does not win, and that's kind of hard because I like him so much. But it is, yeah, and I think what's really kind of cool too is like looking at Eadlyn when she comes to like, oh, there are all these dudes in my house and I don't want them here. To the end when she's like, oh no, I'm gonna miss all of them in some sort of way. So I think it's kind of funny like how she got really attached and did not mean to, and I got attached and did not mean to, and now I'm kind of bummed that he's not coming in there. Well, whatever. We're just gonna roll with it. But yeah, sorry. I want to say thank you because again, like this was the first place I came outside of the States, and it was incredible, and I will never forget that rock star moment of getting to step out the car to a bunch of people screaming for me, because that's insane, and you guys were the ones that gave me that, so thank you. And thank you guys so much for giving Eadlyn a shot, because I know it's sort of hard to go to junk narrators in the same world, and you guys did not have to consider her at all, and you are, and that means so much to me, because I love my girls. So basically just a massive, massive thank you, and I love you guys. Thank you so much. Yay for you! We're ready for...
Once again, a huge, huge thank you to National Bookstore for making this event happen and for bringing Kiera Cass here not just one time, but twice. And that is it for today's video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both at Cuckoo for Books, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!